Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me for this video. So we are about to see if Arrtx have done it again. You know how much I am in love with their 126 set of pencils. I use them all the time. They've become a go-to for me because trying to get Prismas over here is ridiculous in the UK. So Arrtx kindly sent me their brand new release 48 colours pastel sticks. Oh my gosh, soft pastels. And if you're a beginner, these are the way to go for your backgrounds. So if we look at this gorgeous box, isn't that lovely? They're so nicely presented. You wait till you see inside. Here's our colours. I'm going to lift them up and I'll show you why in a minute, just to give you the colour codes. That's the array of colours we've got. Aren't they gorgeous? Really nice thought out colours actually. We've got some reds, lots of greens, purples, teals, pink. Yeah, just gorgeous. So there's we've got a bit of shine on that cover. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so let's get into them. So if we open the lid, I'm teasing, aren't I know. If we open the lid, it has got a sponge insert in the top to keep them protected, which is a really lovely touch, a really nice touch. Just prop that up there. And then to protect even further, and to give us an idea of the colours, we've got this wax sheet that gives us, I don't know if you'll be able to pick that up because it's transparent, but it gives you the name and the colour code on it. Now my eyesight is very tiny and my eyesight is not good enough to pick up on all those colours. So I do apologise, but I won't be able to read out the all the names because I can't see them very well. It does have light fastness on them. You go 3 stars, I think, is the lowest. 3 stars up to 5 stars. I don't know if you can pick that up. There, can you see that on that dark grey one? There, what colour is that? I can't see, I can't read it. You'll probably be able to pick that up on camera. And then we get into the look at them. Look how gorgeous they are. Let me bring you in just a tad. There we go. Just a tad. Look how beautifully presented they are. So we have, I'm sorry I can't help touching them. We have got this incredibly thick foam insert. Got my tissue here, well, my cloth by the side of me because I'm going to get very dirty with this. This incredibly thick foam insert to keep them protected. They each have an individual slot. They each have an individual name and a code number with Arrtx printed on it. Really beautifully thought out pastels. They're lovely and chunky. They're easy to get out. Look at that. Easy to get out and keep. So really impressed. And Arrtx have said that they are, like I've already said, that they do have a light fastness. They won't fade, although I don't know the properties of that. I would have to contact Arrtx and ask them. It says that they are good for blending. They're good for backgrounds in adult colouring, which I've already said, but also polymer clay, shrink plastic colouring, I don't know what that is, I'll have to look into that, sidewalk creation and nail art. So it says that they are less dusty than other pastels because they've been ground down further. It says they use intense pigments with high adhesion, which makes it provide less dust than other chalk pastels. So this is really exciting. So what I've got in my little arsenal here is I've got a couple of little stencils. I've got some tools to show you the different ways that we could possibly use these in our colouring books. I have got some mixed media paper to do some swatching on, which is Daler & Rowney mixed media pad, and I've just taken a page out and cut it in two because I will then keep them with my pastels. And then I've got a standard copy paper sheet of white to do some blending and practicing on. So what I'm going to do is just literally take them out of the box in the order they come in, and I'm going to swatch them on my mixed media page, and then we're going to do some playing. So that way it will give us an idea of what the pigments are like and what colours we can choose when we want to play with them. So we've got white. I am going to put this on this white page, but we'll just see. Oh, they are creamy. Okay, so you do get dust. They are soft chalk pastel. Or do they say chalk? They don't, they just say soft pastels. So they are going to be dusty. Oh, look at the colour. So I'm just going to do, let me bring you in, hang on 1 second. Dusty. Right, I'm going to bring you in. Okay, here we go. So that was 101, and this is S121. And what I can do, if I haven't got it all over my fingers, is blend that in with your finger. They smush quite nicely. This is, like I say, mixed media paper, so it is going to have some tooth to it. I'm not going to do that for all of them, just because my fingers will be plastered in it. So this is A155, and we've got a nice ochre colour here. We'll just do this quickly and then I'll show you how we play with them, which is more fun, isn't it? Okay. Oh, that's creamy. Look at that one. Goodness me, that's lovely. Oh, look at that. Look at that smush. Oh, look. Oh, that's lovely. And I'll show you. I've just got my AFMAT eraser here. Now, any eraser will do this, but if I blow it off, and as a beginner colourist, if you're worried about colouring in, you have to clean the eraser off, obviously, because it will get dusty. But if you get worried about colouring in, blow that off, you just give it a quick wipe. You can erase them. Look at that. Now, that's way too much pastel on there for me to show you that properly, because I've now got my eraser dirty. But they will erase off the page, look. Look at that, isn't that cool? Anyway, right, row 1, let's do row 2. Got a soft pink here. Oh, that's pretty. Gosh, they really are creamy, and I'm not just saying that, folks. I hope you can see that. That's beautiful. Let's pop them back in. So they've all got different codes. I won't keep reading the codes out to you, because we'll be... Oh, it's a nice salmon. We'll be here forever and a day. And then I can show you the fixative that I use, which you'll have probably seen if you watch my Colour With Me's. We've used it before. Because you will need to fix these if you are using them on a colouring page. They are creamy, and they're not that dusty actually. We've got some that are more dusty than others, but that's probably to do with pigment. But I'm making a real mess and a hash of this, but that's all part of the fun of playing with your supplies. 2, I just want you to be able to see all these gorgeous colours. And I don't think, looking at the colours, from what I can read, I don't know. I was going to say I'm not sure whether they match up with the pencils or not. Maybe you could leave that in the comments for me and let me know if your eyesight is better than mine. Going into some blues now. Oh, look at that one. If your eyesight is better than mine, if they match up with the pencils. Because that would be a really nice touch. Gosh, I'm really impressed so far. I didn't expect them to be, I don't know, so creamy, I suppose. They don't feel like, you know, that scrapey sound that you get with chalk? They don't feel like that at all. They feel really, I'm going to keep saying it, creamy. Ooh, look at that blue. And I just love how they're set out individually. So at the moment they are on offer I'm on Amazon and they've got, I'm going to put some links in below, and it's got some money off. I'm not making any money out of this. This is just Arrtx links that they've given me. They've got 15% off on Amazon at the moment. So get in there while you can. So I just wanted them all on one little card, just so you could see. Giving them a bit of a blow. Just how beautiful they are. Look at my fingers. You've got to be prepared to have fun. It's like being a kid again. But yeah, they are really... If I shut up for a minute and you listen, they don't have that scratchy quality to them. If that makes any sense. If you've used pastels before, they can have a real scratchy, oh, I like that olive green, that's beautiful. Yeah, they can have a real scratchy sound to them. So, let's move you up a bit. And I like how chunky the barrel is as well, that's really nice. So I'll show you in a minute when we do our playing. You might be thinking to me, well, Lucy, that's great, but if I'm doing it in a colouring book, how do I get around all those little fine details? Well, I'll show you. Got some lovely browns. What's this one? I'm just going to clean my fingers. This is looks like a blue, slate blue colour. Oh, look at that. Oh, oh, that's nice. I wish I could read the names to you. I'm so sorry I can't. But that is a consideration if you want names. We have got codes, like I say, but if you want names, that would be something to take into account. I did go on Arrtx's website to see if I could find the names listed. So I might make that as a suggestion to them, to list the colour names on their website so that we can have them readily available. And the last one... Okay, right, I'm going to clean my filthy hands off. Just a bit. You're going to have to put up with me being plastered. Give it a brush. Look at those colours. Aren't they beautiful? Love this dark, dark blues. Oh, that's so pretty. And I think there's a really good arrangement of colours there for our purposes, which would be backgrounds in colouring books. So what I'm going to do now don't shoot me, folks, I'm not going outside because it's too cold, but I've got the Frisk pastel fixative here. I will link this down below as well if I can find it. I'm going to give it a shake and I'm going to move it away from my desk for a minute, and I'm just going to spray them. We'll see how they respond. Because sometimes it will change the colour. So I've put a lot on there. I've put a lot of fixative on there. I do have the door open, I have the window open. Don't panic, people. So it hasn't changed the colour. I don't want to mess it about too much. I don't want to make anything run. It hasn't changed the colour. It's still got my incredibly messy swatches on there. But hopefully we'll set that to one side, let it dry, and we'll see about how many, if we need another coat or not, because they are really creamy. Okay, let's play. Right, so different ways of using these pastels. If you are a beginner, I'm going to take a white sheet of paper. We're just going to come out slightly. Oh, the end fell off my brush. Just clear off that pencil sharpening. Okay. Why have you gone all blurry? Come back to me. There we go. Nope, doesn't like it, does it? Let's come out a bit. It's that white page. Let me get something else. Let's get some colour in there. Put that there for a minute. Alright, now I've got some little stencils. This is a very simple one which I thought would be great for this video. Which is a little sunshine and some little clouds. Alright, so I'm not going to I'm not going to spend too long doing it, but I just wanted to show you the different ways in which I would do it. So firstly, we're going to use those stencils in a minute. The very first way and the easiest way to do it, I find, is I take a craft knife. Let's pick a colour. Let's have something lovely and... we'll use those in a minute. Let's use this beautiful green. So I would take a craft knife and using its edge would scrape straight onto the paper. Like this. Alright, so you just scrape the edge off slightly so that you get some pigment on the page, on your background. And then we can use one of these blending brushes which wash out. They're like makeup ones. I'll link everything down below so that you can find them easily. And then let's go in and blend that colour onto your page. I hope you can pick up on this. My light in here, the light today is dreadful. Let's turn that off. Okay, so this way you do get a really subtle colour. But different techniques will give us more intensity, as you've seen when I was doing the swatches with your finger. But that you can spread out around the page. Let's try that dark blue so that you can see what I'm doing, because it's a beautiful subtle green. Alright, dark blue, and let's blend that in. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Here we go. And then you can blend colours together so easily. That wasn't a great example. So we've got blue. Let's pick a dark green. Got this dark green. And we'll do that there. And then blend them in together. There we go. Very cool. They're very pigmented actually. For that brush, this is usually the softest way of getting any colour. Okay, so the other ways that I've got it, I've used it, is a paper tortillon. This is just a piece of sandpaper that you can clean your tortillon off afterwards with. And I would do the same. So you can either put it straight onto your page or scrape some off. And don't forget, this is not professional grade paper. This is just really rubbishy, thin print paper. And then taking your paper stump or tortillon, you can use that to blend that in. And therefore you can then get into your really tight little spaces. Isn't that cool? Or you can use your crumbles, which you're going to get more of an intense colour this way, like that. But you can also, you don't have to pick up all those little shavings. You can do it so that you then get a soft gradient out so that you can blend into your next colour. I hope this helps, folks. We will use them in a colouring book as a proper background. There we go. And then you just keep blending out. So you can get into your really tight little spaces, look, with your paper tortillon. There. With your colours. So, like I say, if you're new to colouring, this is such a fantastic way. Right, let me clean my... See how much of the colour it picked up. Let me try erasing now and show you. There you go. So if you're scared of making a mistake, you can erase it out. That's so cool. That's what got me so excited about pastels. So there was that. We can also use, this is just a makeup eyeshadow applicator, which you can pick up dust and use. Or you can go directly onto the pastel and use it. These are really fine brushes, which a lot of people have been using for inks, but I find the brushes are too flexible for my inks and they don't sort of blend, but for chalk they're ace. So let's take our little sunshine, shall we? I'm going to place it on the page here, and I've got a a very old, knackered out paint palette, and let's get a couple of colours. So I'm going to take this S195, and I'm going to scrape orange in there. Okay, oh, you couldn't see, I'm sorry. Scrape orange in there. Then I'm going to take this really bright yellow, S101, and I'm going to scrape that in there. And I'm going to do some very crude blending, folks. Alright, let's see. Let's do it with this makeup brush. Alright, so my little sunshine's here. I know you won't be able to see it at the moment. Let's move some rubbish out of the way. But my stencil's here. So I'm just going to hold it down. Now you might want to use a little bit of washi tape or something if you're doing it in a colouring book, just to keep it still. So now I'm dipping my little makeup brush, this side, into that pastel dust. You don't have to do it like that. You can go straight on the straight onto the pastel stick itself. In fact, I'm just going to do that now, just to show you. Pick up some pigment. Now these are just some ideas. These aren't the best. This is why these ones aren't the best. Eyeshadow ones. The best ones I got is ones I use for my ink, but we don't want. I don't want ink all over the page. Okay, now I've moved it. Not doing very well today. Okay, let's blend in some yellow. I know it's a very simple blend, but it's just an idea, you know. This is not a tutorial. This is just to show you some of the ways you can use it. Okay, and don't forget this is rubbish paper, so. But look at that, how lovely they smush. Okay, let's lift that up carefully, give it a blow, and there we've got a little yellow sunshine. Isn't that cool? Alright, let's do a bit more blending. So, let's take one of these, and now I've got a marbly stencil. Let's put it up here. Okay, and I'm going to use this. I don't normally use these, but let's give it a go. Right, I'm going to go in with, let's get some really bright, like electric blue. So I've loaded my brush with that. Let's go in. Oh, they work really well for the pastels. Really well. Can you see how flexible they are, which is what puts me off using them for ink. Okay, just going to wipe it off. So next to me I've got this cloth, and I'm just wiping it off to clean it up. Let's get some of that bright turquoise. We'll go into some turquoise. Is it turquoise, or have I just... I might not have cleaned my brush off properly. Oh yeah, it's coming. So just make sure my brush is clean. Okay, well I'm going to take another one. So the good thing about these is you can wash them. Excuse my arm. Why does everything have to be coated in plastic? Everything you buy. They're in plastic. Then you open them, that's got plastic on. Okay, let's get, I don't know, what colour shall we have? A bright green? Let's get a really nice bright green. It's not, hang on. This is why I'm not a fan of doing it this way. I would much prefer to scrape off the pigment, but we've got it there. Let's put that bright green in. There we go. Let's move that okay, a very crude attempt. This is, and I just don't like using the brushes like this. They're nice if you want, you know, I don't know, soft. You can use them as soft blending, but I'd much prefer to scrape the pigment off and use my brush. So we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do is lay it down. This just quickly bear with me, folks. Right, we're going to let's go with a purple. And I'm going to just scrape lightly some purple. And then I'm going to scrape some of that really bright blue in there. Now this probably won't work because I haven't taped my stencil down. So all of you that are cringing and going, oh Lucy, that's not going to work. Sorry. Okay, and then I take my brush and we go over the stencil. Like this. And I'm hoping that even though I haven't taped it down, you'll be able to see the difference. Okay, so I've mixed two colours there and created a completely different one. Blow it off. And then we've got this gorgeous, like, just give it a brush. Gorgeous, like, marbled effect. Isn't that cool? So what do you think, folks? Isn't that an exciting thing? I think I have to say, I think Arrtx have done it again. Let me bring back our original swatch, my messy swatch. And I'm going to clean my hands first. So I'm just taking my little tub of baby wipes. I'm just going to clean my hands off because I don't want this to be unfair. And I just want to see, did my fixative work? Otherwise I won't link it down below, I'll find a better one. Now, it's really important that you have a workable fixative if you want to colour over the top of your background. So make sure you look for one that says workable fixative, otherwise you'll have difficulty colouring over it. So yeah, so I'm just cleaning off all the dust off my fingers. And then I'm going to dry my hands, just so they're not wet. There we go. Alright, I'm dry. Okay, what I'm going to do is, don't forget I put this on really thick. So let's see if they still smudge. Yeah, I've got some smudge in there. Yeah, so I would need to spray them again. Whereas if you do, let's do it here. Let's spray these because they've been done properly. So don't shout at me in the comments. Windows open, doors open. Don't do this at home. And then see how wet that goes. And then we're going to have to wait for it to dry. So, what else do Arrtx tell us? Let me say, while we're waiting for that to dry. Sometimes as well, that's the other thing, sometimes, look, it has, this fixative will push colour through your page. So you do really need to be careful if you're using a double-sided page, if you're using a lot of fixatives, I mean, that's well over the top. I didn't need to put that much on, I'm just experimenting. But it will, particularly the pinks, will push through the page, so please be aware of that. Don't come shouting at me saying, Lucy, I've ruined a great colouring page because you told me to put fixative on. Hairspray will also work. So, what else do they say? So, so they're non-toxic. Blah, blah, blah. I think we've pretty much covered everything. I'm going to put the links in below. I mean, I just think you'll agree that the colours are rich and vibrant and, you know, everything we'd want in a coloured pastel, although that was just ridiculous. There's not much you can do about it now. You need to sit and let it dry. So, it didn't fix this, although if you put another coat over it would, because I put them on so thickly. So, I've made a mess of my lovely pastels. But I will put that back over the top and Now, I don't know if I'll be able to find the links for the little stencils that I've used, because I've had them forever. But it's beginning to dry now. Oh my goodness. Have a vision of Arrtx Soft pastels while I wait and waft the paper to dry. Such a professional. Okay, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. But that is not going to shift now. That's fixed completely now. So yeah, there you go. And even though the paper's still slightly damp, it's not going anywhere. So, but you do be prepared. The yellow's now dried and has disappeared, and the pink is fading. It won't be that shocking when it's completely dry, but do be aware that some colours will push through your page. So you don't need to literally soak it the page like I did either, and you need to hold it further away. I just wanted to show you me doing it. So I think I can honestly say that Arrtx, you've done it again. I think you may well have sold us again. So I will put all the links down in the description box below. There is some money off at the moment. Go grab yourself a bargain, and if you are new to colouring, enjoy an experiment like I did. I mean, it was just a whole revelation for me when I found soft pastels and pastel pencils. So once again, thank you so much, Arrtx. You really are an up-and-coming company. I do really believe strongly in the name, and not just because they send me the products, because you know I went out and brought the pencils myself. I do really believe in their products and what they're doing. So I hope us as artists can get behind them and help them keep creating and bringing us new items to love and cherish with our colouring books. Alright, my lovely friends, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, all the links will be in the description box below, and like I said, I'm not earning any money out of this. I'm doing it because I believe they're a good product. I wouldn't do it otherwise. Alright, my lovely friends, I am going to post my Colour With Me in Animals in the Forest, but it actually translates to woodland animals after this. So I hope you'll go across and enjoy that. It is a marathon 2 hours long. So I hope you'll enjoy it. Alright, my beautiful friends, until we meet again, enjoy playing with all our crafts and supplies, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.